Excuse me.
Stacy.
Welcome
No,
to
you
Late
need to
Night
help me out
Vaping
with this shit.
with Nixteria.
Yeah.
And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to another episode of Late Night Vaping with Nixteria. We have myself, Joe. We have Chris Calandra. Glenn showed up.
Their bartender.
We have
the ladies.
Stacy, our director of operations. We have Adam over here, who sends all you guys your juice when it's getting shipped.
We have the backhead of Fabio.
We also have Kenny Rogers after the dollar menu, Trevor Thomas. And then over to our right, we have Brad McNamara, our president, and then the guys from Vapor Trail joining us tonight with CJ and Andrew.
Well, we want to talk a little bit about what went on this past weekend.
What went on?
We had a little thing called ECC happen over the weekend in Niagara Falls, New York.
VPX. I wasn't there. You weren't there?
I'm sorry you weren't there. It was
You missed a
pretty
good time.
A-okay.
First of all, this is gorgeous.
For those who were there, what do you think about it, Joe? What did you think about ECC this weekend?
I had a great time.
Lit.
No, it was a lot of fun.
Put the paper down. Put the cookie down.
It was a lot of fun meeting all people from the West Coast, all around here that we've never met. Got to try a lot of good juices, a lot of good people, a lot of good mods were on sale. It was just a really good time.
I thought it was real cool. I got to talk to a lot of different vapor vendors for at least 10 minutes a piece almost. I sat around, tried out different flavors and stuff. It's cool to see where everyone comes from, all different states and what have you. It was cool that everyone could come together under the same hood and have a good time.
Talk to any vape famous people?
Oh, yeah, I saw Grim Vapes. Who else did I see?
Grim
Green
Green.
Vapes.
Grim Greens, my bad.
I'd like to talk about what was bad about ECC.
Well, yeah.
This is the
I was
two
gonna get
problems, the most important problems. Let's get right to it. First of all, the whiskey, way too expensive.
$14.
Yes,
For 2
I know.
Oh,
Trust
what?
me.
Yes.
Viewsman told me all about how expensive the whiskey was. Second problem, do these people not realize that there are people out there in this world that vape higher than 6 milligram? I'm just saying.
It's every event.
I'm just saying, like,
I
every
know.
event.
I'm
think they were
wondering,
just trying
I've
to
got
cater
all
to-
these flavors that I tried that are good and all these new companies that I love, and I think I'm just afraid to go to their website and see that the highest strength they sell is 12.
So now
You have to order it 6 weeks ahead of time to get 12
No, you just
milligram.
buy 2 12s and you mix together, it makes 24, doesn't it?
Makes sense to me.
now you're vaping, like right now you're using a tank. So 24 out of a tank is okay, but I would think 24 out of a freaking sub-ohm dripper would probably
What do you
rip
got
the
in this
shit out of
tank?
you. That is 8 milligrams.
Is that a challenge?
8 milligram, huh? So maybe I need a new wick then.
Here's the great thing. When I first started vaping,
He's
I got
okay.
high. There was no
Congratulations.
strength. There was no strengths in the bottle. It was high, medium, and low.
Oh, okay. I thought
Right?
you just meant you got high. You were-
And then I went back the next time, and they had X high. Give me one of those. The next time I went back, they had X high. I was like, all right. Because when I did it, I didn't do it to quit smoking. I did it because it was cool. To me, like, I got it for free, and it replaced smoking. Okay. I went up in nicotine. I didn't give a
It was
shit.
a coincidence for you.
It was a good coincidence. Yeah, absolutely.
In your case, it was a
Lot
very good
better of a
coincidence.
price.
Yeah.
if you're getting it for free.
For me, I was a skeptic.
I wasn't then.
I was
How's your taste buds now?
Better.
a
Way
skeptic.
better.
When my husband started the business, I was like, this ain't gonna work. I'm not quitting my job. Forget that bullshit. You do what you gotta do. I'm gonna still smoke outside and have my cigarette. He was vaping, I was smoking. He'd set me up with everything I needed. I tried, I'm like, I'm not doing this. It took me a while before I, cut it all together and went straight to vaping. Now I'm 4 years solid. I will never go back to smoking a cigarette.
You took the woman way out.
Yes.
See, when I
You're not
started-
right. I am.
When I started vaping, I was a dual user, because it was new, and I'm a biker. Last thing you want to do, just a stick battery was $60 at the time.
Yeah.
Drop that sucker.
Not at a
going.
wholesale cost, but retail value was $60. So to have that flying out of your mouth at 60 miles an hour on a motorcycle was not an option.
How long was the period in between of you starting vaping and starting a company?
I don't know.
Basically right away. My
Yeah.
brother told me he worked at Tonawanda Coke as a semi-driver there. He told me one of these guards at the shack had this new
Minus the
crazy
Coke.
insane
It was
thing,
2007.
an electronic cigarette. I'm like, oh, well, I got to go up there. I drove up there, talked to the guy for a little bit, found out where he ordered from, which was coming out of the UK at the time. I ordered from the UK, which then drop shipped it from China to me. I did the reverse lookup, found out where they were getting it from, and ordered it in for myself in mass volume. Bought 20 boxes. They were M401s, hunks of shit. And I started from there. It was a $5 wholesale cost e-cigarette that I was marking up quite a bit. I wanted to go the cheap way. Got to make the biggest profit, so let's go with the cheap ones. But then I learned that buying the cheap one cost me more because now I have to replace it more often.
Yeah.
So that cheap one was breaking, once every week, once every 2 weeks, and I'm eating more costs. And that's when I decided it's time to not buy the cheap stuff. Let's buy the better quality. Let's buy the Joytech or what have you. It's costing me more now, but I'm going to make it in the long run because I'm not having to replace all the time. And any battery you buy that, Joytech offers a friggin' 75-year warranty, but try to send one back to China.
Yeah.
To see why you're
It's not
Sure, you need to talk to people with broken English.
Well, you're not going to get it through their borders. They're not going to take it back, so you're screwed either way.
Yeah.
So you want to buy something that's made better off the bat and supply quality, and it's better for your customers because now I got this quality product instead of, this thing breaks every other week.
The back in the day mall guys with the lifetime warranty on the batteries.
Yeah.
But then you couldn't figure out what they were
Then
making
they shut
juice
down real
out of.
quick.
There was another problem then involved because he wanted to know what the juice was made out of, what the cartridges held, and no one could give him a clear understanding of what they were putting inside. And so him and his partner got together and figured, well, we could do this, and we could do it better,
Yeah.
and we can provide the actual ingredients and know exactly what's going in this.
I remember buying it at the mall for like 150 bucks. It came with that 78, cigarette style battery, and the cartridges that are already pre-filled.
200.
I didn't know what was in
I
those.
started at
I didn't know that.
Havana Harry's. It was a cigar shop. Okay. That's where I got my first one.
Same style.
51 was selling an
It was
Ego
just a
battery.
blue
That was at the
box.
mall.
Yeah.
Two
Yeah.
Ego batteries for $275 at the Galleria Mall.
The sad part is all this is like fucking foreign language to anyone nowadays because you don't start the business like we all started
No.
the business.
No.
That's for sure.
Oh, no.
No.
Well, now a lot of these businesses, like one that we just saw pop up at UCC,
Don't name.
I think there's probably some daddy money in there because they're coming out big and strong.
Oh, 7 weeks in, big and strong. There's got to be some cha-ching going somewhere.
I hope they do well. But I think they need to concentrate a
Fine-tune
little bit more and fine
their
tune what they're doing
juice.
instead of just working on vape expos. I don't know if that's, but I think they are just wholesale, so that might do them well.
No, but a lot of these companies are expanding out, like where it's beyond just your local shop and you have your local customers, but for a lot of people that's becoming hard. There's a lot of saturation in these markets. There's a lot of shops
Especially
opening
around
up.
here.
A lot
West
of places.
Coast and Buffalo.
We just talked to some guys this weekend who set up a couple weeks ago at one of these expos in their home market, selling their regular house brand juice, and they did terrible. And then they came up here to this show and they launched a whole new line, and it's the same goddamn juice, but it's in different bottles under a different brand name with a flashy new name and everything.
Yeah,
and now I look at them on
know what you're talking
Instagram,
about.
and they're already signing up wholesale clients, and they're already got someone that's going to sell it online and shit, and like, good for them.
Yeah.
I think packaging is what everybody's looking at. You could put shit
everybody's
into
looking
good
at my
packaging,
package.
and people are going to pick that up.
I don't understand that though. I mean that's
And
one
you
thing
don't
we,
have to
we
understand.
had
That's
a
the
huge
society that we
conversation
live in right
yesterday.
now.
But I think customers should want. I mean, I don't care what the bottle looks like that's in my pocket. I care about what I'm inhaling.
Yeah,
If
no,
you
you're
put
right.
if you put your e-liquid in a Jack Daniel's airplane-sized little bottle, it will sell just because it's in that bottle. You
Yeah,
could
but-
put the nastiest flavor in there, but because it's in that type of bottle.
It'll sell once.
I don't think we should really put e-liquid into bottles that resemble something that people might be like, oh, look at this. I'm going to drink the shit out of this thing.
A little unorganized.
Yeah.
Organization.
It was a bit unorganized. People weren't coordinating with each other. As far as vendors, I got the call the day of setup, or I got an email. You're good to set up. Go ahead. You know, setup time is noon. And then I get an email later. Your setup time is 3 o'clock. I'm like, fuck you. My setup time is 12:20. That's when I'm going to be there. It's like you can't sit there and stage different times. You give people a time that they gave from day one when they put the application out. This will be setup time, and then they try to change it to logistically make it easier because
And
they
then
didn't
they
know
were
what the
changing the
parking lot was
B&B
like.
times, and they didn't even give us a map of where we were.
Oh, really?
No.
No, we didn't find out where we were until we showed up. I don't know if you guys did or not.
Our situation was a little crazy. A little crazy.
Well, you guys
just
built a
because
wrestling ring in the
we
middle of
brought
the
a
show.
wrestling ring.
Yeah.
Which
Why
is
was
cool.
I not in there fighting somebody? That's my question.
I don't know why you guys weren't slinging juice off there. Yeah, that
I should have been up there.
Blue Label was just throwing
Well,
juice.
we originally we knew we wanted we had talked about it for a little while, and we knew we wanted to bring it. We didn't know if it was actually going to be a thing, especially with fire code and how many people they already had. So last minute we found out, and we said, "Fuck it," we brought it. So I stayed in the ring, and but we knew we wanted to do the advocacy thing. That let's fight, and what's better thing to fight in than a ring, I guess, you know.
Yeah.
That was really cool.
A
though.
mud pit.
And then they were awesome, and they also donated us a table as well. They said what we were going to pay us for the table, fucking put it back to the cause,
Right.
which we did.
You guys definitely
great.
left a footprint there because a lot of people were saying, "Oh man, I just walked to ECC. There's a wrestling
Yeah.
ring. There's
Yeah.
a naked woman walking around. This is crazy."
No, what's cool is that those guys gave us the opportunity. I don't mean us, I mean us
Everybody.
in Western New York. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like, I think somewhere in that they knew that it wasn't going to be ECC California. Come
Yeah.
on, let's
Yeah.
get real.
Well,
and especially since they did it on Easter weekend, and they
April
did
in
it with
Buffalo.
short notice. You know what I mean? On a Thursday. You know what I mean? They did what they could.
They got it kind of late.
They
too, right?
wanted
They,
to
like,
get
bought it
something
out
under their
kinda
belt,
late,
I
too.
think.
Did you
and,
see-
and
did you
all
see
that
online?
considering.
Sam Goodwin posted a conversation between the guy who ran it. They're going to be coming back next year.
No, I hope they do.
No, they
and
said
I think
they will.
what's
They
important
definitely
that we talk about here is that we got the opportunity to do that because Niagara County isn't brain dead like Erie County is.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Reverend.
I mean,
Right,
Channel
right.
4,
Is Erie County
Channel
like a
4
bunch
did a
of
really
savages?
good. Channel 4 did a really good story,
say that
but
name around me.
the real story has yet
Yeah,
to be
right?
told. You know what I mean? The real story has yet to be told about the whole Erie County story and how all this went down. And frankly, it's bullshit.
It's all
They
money.
squeezed it all through because of money.
Yep,
And they
it's
didn't just
all
squeeze
money.
it through. They snaked
They
it through.
steamrolled it.
They snaked it through. They did everything. They passed it at the city level, supposedly, which was actually fire codes. And I mean, we can get into that, but that's just boring bullshit. But basically, they passed it at the city level, a law that doesn't even affect anyone and doesn't even ban vaping, just so they could get on television and say that vaping was banned when it wasn't even fucking banned. And then they steamrolled off of the momentum that they had from that, and they buried the entire industry for the entire county. And then a couple months later, or what, a month later, Niagara County shows them that this industry will go on
Yep.
with or without them. And that's pretty damning for Mark Pollencars and all the other cocksuckers in the Erie County legislature that are not going to get voted in next time
No.
because they made a really stupid decision
And they
and
waved
they
it in
decided
front
not
of
to
us.
listen to voters.
They waved
Correct.
it right in front of us, and then he just signed it.
Correct me if I'm wrong. Didn't he sign it at Roswell, the
Roswell.
cancer institution?
Yes.
Yeah.
So what does that go to show you? It's
Oh, the place
publicity.
that's losing customers?
Why would he go sign it
Roswell?
there? It's a
The
goddamn
saints
shame.
and saviors of
Cancer
cancer?
is a fucking business. I
Yeah.
don't care what you say, it's a fucking business. A multi-billion, trillion-dollar a year business
Well-
in cancer throughout the world.
I don't care how rude this is. I hope Mr. Pollencars gets cancer in his asshole.
Yeah.
And I hope it bleeds a lot.
Well, see, we've been
Well, the
calling
thing
them
is,
Poland
Who's
shows.
this?
We-
You might have to
Who's
pump
this
it in a
in
little bit.
We were there. We had at least 40 to 50
Savage
people,
cancer
and that's
wouldn't
just
be
an
bad
estimate of
either. There
people
was
on
80.
on our side of things. There was 2 people against the whole situation. 2 people.
Well, and reciting things from cancer.org.
Yes, and I asked her to
but-
cite her sources, cancer.org. And you
Yeah.
go to cancer.org, there ain't a goddamn thing that
Well,
she
see,
said
they
there
signed
that
checks
pops
and we
up there.
didn't.
I'm
That's
pretty. Either of the two of you watched
The one we were at? Or?
Yeah,
the hearing
yeah.
that you guys were
Where
at.
he was mostly
where
had on his
he
phone.
look around. I think Riley was up.
You think that was
he
bad?
didn't. He didn't even listen to her. He
You
was
think
just
that was
looking
bad?
at
The
his
one
phone.
before, we're sitting right behind Savage and he's laughing. And
He
I'm-
winked at me.
Oh,
He
wow.
winked at me.
Fuck him.
As soon as they said no, and they did the whole 9 eyes.
Fucking piece of shit.
He had
He
the
turned and
audacity
winked
to
at
say
me.
hi to
Fuck him.
one-
Let's get handed this. Was he voted in?
No.
No, he got it fucking handed to him.
The
Yep.
one,
Handed in.
He
the
had
one,
the audacity when we were there for
Had
that
my dick in
hearing.
his mouth.
He shook hands with one of our employees and fucking ignored the rest of us. And I'm like, hello, I'm standing right here.
what is your backing?
No, I
what
know.
brings you here? Why would you come here to be against this? He just tells me get out of your gamer fantasy world and walked away from me.
Oh,
Literally,
I'm
that is
a
what
nerd.
came out of his mouth. The guy with the glasses, we all know him.
Yeah, that nerd. He slammed the door, and we brought a
Ignorant.
customer with us.
Absolutely ignorant.
And as we're walking out, there's a door. He opens it, walks through it, looks behind him, and just closes the door in our customer's face.
Yes, we kind of lost this battle against Erie County, but we're still going to fight it. We're still going to fight the state. We're still going to fight the country. We're going to still fight every state there is.
Fight the man.
Yeah.
We need the
Power to the
video.
people.
Everything that we record or we write and we send to them, they have to fucking watch.
Honestly, like we were talking about the media and how little of a voice they've given us throughout this whole thing. At this point, I think we need to reach out to people and tell them now's the time. Now's when the media wants this as a story, because the media is not on the government side. The media is just on the side of
Getting the
getting
headlines.
the good story.
Yep.
And the good story doesn't happen until they ban us, and then we band up to fight against them.
You want to know what
So
to
right
do?
now is when people need to write a letter to the editor of the Buffalo News telling them why this law sucks. Because they will put that stuff in there.
Yep.
And if people write these letters daily, there will be letters in the newspaper daily with people bitching.
Yep.
And you know what? The newspaper lately is not all it's cracked up to be, and a lot of people don't read it. But a lot of people read those letters to the
Well,
editor
a
because
lot
they
of people
want to
read
know what
online.
the real people of the city think.
Oh, I got the fucking letter saying thank you for
Oh
attending.
my God, the day
it was
after.
passed.
Yeah.
No, I got mine
yep.
the day after.
Yep.
No, it was the day after.
Day after
Yes,
it passed.
the day after.
Here you go. Thank you for being here. We really
fuck
took
you.
your
I
information.
was a wipe my ass.
Or,
We- yeah.
or how about getting the letter that they were gonna have the hearing the day after?
We need some people walking behind his door-to-door campaigners. Literally one house
Fucker
behind,
pussy.
talking about
Right,
how
right,
shitty he is.
You know Savage, you know polling cards, you gotta fucking vote against them. No matter who it is better than what we got now.
Brad, you were with me at our store the day of the hearing.
Yes.
And we asked a customer to come with us downtown
Oh, that
to
was
speak
bad.
up. And this gentleman said, no, you know what? You go fight the fight for me. I'm going to go do whatever it is I do.
Yeah, I'm gonna
That's
go
sad.
home. and
I don't really
fuck.
care.
This is the problem I seen in our shop, okay? Is when you told people about it, they instantly say, well, you know what? You probably shouldn't be vaping indoors anyways. And my reply was, guess what? This is the first fucking thing that you lay down and let them fuck you in the ass for, okay? The next thing is this. Bottled e-liquid, okay? And flavors. Oh, you can't get that in the shop. Oh, you know what? I can still order online. No, asshole. You live
Not
in
anymore.
New York State. This is going to be attached with fucking cigarettes. So you won't be able to order online just like you can't get cigarettes or booze online in New York State. And then guess what? You can still fucking go to the corner gas station and pick up your fucking Views e-cig.
Yep.
Have a
It's
nice day.
prepackaged.
Well, who makes Views? That's not Big Tobacco, is it?
No.
No, it's the guys that make Pepto-Bismol.
No. It's Tommy Views.
And then after
He makes
all
it.
that and my whole fucking red face to each and every person that came in the shop that said the same fucking thing, they said, I never thought about that.
Oh,
It's their way
You
to
should
get
stop wiping your brain.
They want to market it as tobacco so they can tax it as tobacco. That's the big thing. It's a fucking money game. They're money hungry. They're
Well,
losing
they got
billions
bills
of
to pay.
dollars.
they got checks to write. They owe money.
Open
They
casinos,
borrowed money from
legalize
Big Tobacco years ago.
marijuana,
They're still
do
fucking
something
trying to
else to
repay.
get your tax dollars
We just need-
instead of
we need a
hitting
strip
every
mall of
small
vaping.
business.
On the res.
All right, so realistically, we've done a lot of
Fucking
bitching
outsmack
here
them
tonight about government and big tobacco and smokers,
Bunch of assholes.
the media,
And our shitty
All
camera
right,
guys.
Fuzzy.
things. And really, what we're getting into is the big churning corporate machine and how they are systematically trying to bury our industry.
fight the power that be.
No, but how do we fight the man? How do we stand up?
Fight the power.
We stand up by playing their game.
That's
You know
the
what
only
I mean?
way.
We stand up by raising money.
Time to play the
Yep.
game.
So that we can fight these assholes. We are. No, we are in the danger zone. And the problem is that what we need is someone that's going to be there with these cocksuckers who's not a cocksucker. The only way to fight that is with money. Like,
Right.
we're on defense. We have something that is legal, and it is awesome, and it is way better than traditional cigarettes. And we don't even have to say anything else other than that, but our thing is great. So the amount of money that they need to spend to ban this shit is exponentially more than the amount of money that we need to spend just to play defense.
Right.
But in New York State, people have been sitting back and saying, oh, well, geez, this happens every year, and then it just goes away. Well,
It's not
it
gonna
doesn't
be that
fucking
easy.
magically go away.
No.
Right.
It goes away because a couple of vendors step up and do their part. And realistically, the big problem is, if everyone stepped up, the part would be so small, you wouldn't even fucking know.
Well, the
it.
sad thing is that you both know in this industry, in this area, there's so many people that vape. So you assume at that point that those people are going to stand up for their own goddamn rights, but they're just lazy. I'm going to be
Also-
honest. I feel that they're just lazy. They don't want to stand up. They don't want to speak out. They don't want to hold the government accountable for what's best for their health.
Right down
The
the
public
middle,
health is, if it's important, then they should be looking a little bit more into this instead of going, you know what, I don't like the way this looks.
What did you
This
guys
looks
pay
like
for a
bullshit.
billboard?
It looks too much like smoking, so it's got to be bad.
As
They
you
have
can
their
see,
karaoke, they have their vape,
I'm the
or
only
their-
one
their
here
trivia.
not vaping. I don't vape. I don't smoke. I'm asthmatic. As you can tell, I'm in this big cloud of vape right now. I don't mind this.
I just seen you hit the inhaler.
That's
The
not,
aerosol just
what-
relieved everything.
What I'm inhaling is not vape. But anyways,
No, he has a formaldehyde and metal vape
Exactly.
inhaler.
Yeah, sorry.
you cannot put me in a room with cigarettes. The second I'm in a room with cigarettes,
start closing
instant
up.
asthma attack, my sinuses close up. I can't do it. I've been in here all night. When I first walked in here, I couldn't even see this area right here because it was so cloudy in here. Vaping to me, even being a non-vapor, non-smoker, it doesn't offend me. In fact, some of the smells I actually like.
That's my fart.
But
Yeah, they
according-
cloud
according
Joe's
to-
ass
that's
over
before
here.
you
Wait,
fart.
Glenn.
Once you
But
fart,
wait,
that's a
there's
whole nother
more.
story.
But wait,
But
there's
wait.
more.
Real quick. We just mentioned cloud competition. What's going on this Saturday?
Hey, guys.
Let's get this out there.
This Saturday, April 11th, we are holding another cloud comp. It's going to be 1 o'clock till 5. You can sign in at 5 o'clock, and I know it's exciting. Oh, my God. It's like something that's never happened before.
You better be there.
We're going to have prizes. Tell them what else, Joe.
It's on me now. All right. Third place gets 3 30 mils of cloud sauce, whatever flavor you'd like and whatever nicotine you want.
Pow!
Boom shakalaka.
I want that. Second place.
Second place
Let it go.
gets 6 30 mils of cloud sauce. First place
What
gets
does first place get?
in 30 mil bottles the entire line of cloud sauce.
Entire line.
That's over 35 flavors just for truck
40 bottles.
Bam! Mine!
I can't believe it.
Then you go pee before you pee your pants.
These are the 3 rules. 1, you gotta be fucking 18.
First rule, boom!
First rule, be fucking 18.
Second rule, let him have it. Second rule.
Shut up, Trevor. Second rule is you can't use stacked
Don't be
batteries.
19.
No stack
No,
batteries.
unless they're in a regulated mod.
Dude, man, you bring out your box with like 45 batteries in it.
Yeah. And then the third rule is your build has to be 0.14 or higher.
No, I'm not going to sleep in the RV.
Huh?
I'm not sleeping in the RV.
I'm probably crashing here
Oh,
because
okay.
I'm not okay
This-
to drive home.
I can drive you home
illegal. Totally illegal.
Oh my
Where's
God.
my,
drive
where's
you
my
home.
fog machine?
if you want. I'm
Where's
I'm
my
I don't
handheld
want you to
fog
drink.
machine?
Yeah, I called Cody like
I'm not even
when I
gonna
went to
have
go take a piss like half
I'm
an
gonna
hour
have the
ago.
most
I'm like, I
insane
might not be
build
home.
ever, and I'm just gonna fucking
So he's
fog
prepared
machine
to take
that shit everywhere I go.
Casey or Holly. in his room.
Legal.
If you want, I can drive you home, and then Cody can drive you here in the morning.
It
Legal.
doesn't matter. Or it's warm
I'm just gonna
enough
do
in there. I can
crosses all day.
spend the night here if need be. and
Oh
then
shit! I just farted. It smells like
don't work
asbestos.
before
Throwing
bed.
hot
Shame.
juice on people.
That's all I want to know because my wife.
No, I'm gonna be heading home.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
really thinks I visit the gym all the time.
When she sees this on YouTube, she's not gonna think that. Love you too.
We gotta make a separate
sending her a
video.
link.
We got to make a separate video of him out back smoking cigarettes, just so that he has that as proof of where he really
Hey,
was.
Julie, FYI, check this link out.
It's a
I
good
wasn't
show.
there. I was out back smoking cigarettes the whole time.
Just Photoshop some blonde on his face.
Santa. Kenny Rogers.
It's Kenny
I appreciate
Rogers.
you guys coming out.
Yeah.
It's a
it was
fucking
great.
awesome show. You know, getting you guys input in here. And that's what we need to do. I tried to get Andre, but Andre's like, Tuesday night is date night. I gotta go watch a movie at 10:45. And
make a pizza.
Ian was a little tired because he had the whole, you know, he was out at UCC with us the whole time. And then he went to Dingus Day and hung out with John Valby. Yeah,
sure.
he's like, dude, I come out, but I need to get some fucking sleep. It's like, all right, that's fine.
If they pass something that is so bad for the public, while they ignored the fact that their job is supposed to be to pass a fucking budget, which they still haven't even looked at because they spent 3 months banning our shit, which helps people quit smoking. What the fuck? If they take that law away, I guarantee you, every single one of those cocksuckers doesn't have a job anymore, and we don't even have to try. The news will eliminate them.
I was telling some of you guys earlier, in Canada, what they're doing, okay, I said okay, and that's funny because I'm talking about Niagara Kayaker, because that's something he told me, and Mr. was okay.
In Canada,
This is what we do, okay?
This is what we do,
But every time a bill is presented, they sue the person that brought the bill up. They're going after them for slander. So no one wants to pass or present any bills because they're afraid they're going to get fucking sued. Good job, Canada. Like, legit. That's awesome. They got them fucking scared. Scared, and we're sitting here playing defense.
All right, it's been a great time. We'll catch you guys next week on Late Night Vaping with